Welcome back, guys. Wearing a nice yin yang t-shirt. Getting all hippie today. Got a video for you, but before we get into it, we must cue the intro. Oh, what's that? Oh, we don't have an intro. I guess we just dive into it then, shall we? Cue the intro. Oh, right. No intro. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed that intro. Intro? What intro? Let's cue it. Cue the intro. Okay, now that you guys are completely annoyed with me, let's dive into the actual video, shall we? So, a lot of people have problems with money. Let's say problems with being poor, living paycheck to paycheck, something of that nature. Well, there's an actual cure for this, and it's very simple. I'm gonna use terminology that you're probably not used to, at least referenced like this. Being rich and successful, if that's your goal, is very easy. I wish I can go back to my younger self and put me on the fast track to success at a much younger age. Because I have the knowledge now that can make you, or me, a previous me, or whoever, very rich in this life, or at least successful in terms of money, in terms of wealth, getting out of paycheck to paycheck type of lifestyle. Now, I 100% did not know this in the past when I used to live paycheck to paycheck from the age of, 15? No, well, technically, let's talk about 16. About 16 till I was 29, I believe. Or right before I turned 29, so I'd say 28 when I got into trucking. So before then, I was living paycheck to paycheck, and I was living a lifestyle, like many people that are probably watching my video right now, in which your life derived from money. Like, you need money to survive. You're living paycheck to paycheck, minimum wage, maybe even just part-time work, etc. And there's a reason why you are working part-time or you're making shit wages. There's a reason for it. And if you only knew the secrets to your money. See, you're not taught this in public education. You are not taught how to be successful, how to make a lot of money. This is what you're taught. Go to school, go to higher education, do what you're passionate for, whatever they bullshit you with. Get a degree, get out, and you're going to be making all types of money. Bullshit! Achoo! Sorry, I just had to sneeze. Bullshit! It's a lie. That is not how you make money. That is not how you're successful. Look at the most richest people on the planet. You don't even have to. Let's just say successful people on the planet. Most of which do not need a degree. Hold on, let me see which lane is ending. I think it's the right lane, and I'm in the right lane, and we get into the left lane. But that's how simple making a lot of money is. Being prosperous in this life. Now, of course, the biggest problem is your thoughts. You think you need money, so you just got to go out there and get a job. How wrong could you be? You think that you need to go to college and spend all types of resources to get a nice job that's actually going to pay you well. How wrong could you be? It all stems from here. Watch my last video on thoughts. I'm not going to reiterate that whole fucking video, which I'm going to guess was like 50 minutes long or something. I'm not going to reiterate that whole video and explain to you that. But understand that it all derives from your thoughts. If you believe you need money, so you go out and get a job, now you are set. Well, what do you need money for? I need money to survive. So you get a job well enough for you to survive. All right. You accept money in which you agreed upon before you even got hired, or as you're getting hired, during interviews or whatever. You see the job across the street says, now hiring. You go to that job thinking, well, I'll start off, I'll be the short guy, or the bottom of the pedestal, or the bottom of the totem pole, rather. Bottom of the totem pole position, entry level type position. But I'll work my way up. I'll work hard and hard and hard and work my way up to that better position. You start off, well, for example, for me, my first job, I started off at $5.25 an hour. Now, I'm sure a lot of people that watch this video started off at $3 or whatever, right? Or even more if you're younger. $5.25 an hour. I knew I was going to be making $5.25 an hour going into it. And my thought process was, at least I'm getting a job, at least I'm getting experience, which is very healthy to do. When you're young and you're inexperienced, you're not going to provide that much value to that company or organization that you are hired from. So you are using this as a training mechanism or as a learning experience in which you're going to understand how money is given to you. You're going to get your measly $100 paycheck that week. 20 hours. I would make 30 something hours, right? 30 hours after taxes. I came home with roughly $80 to $120 a week when I was 15, working after schools. And for my personal experience, I realized how healthy that is to not wait to get a job, but rather get a job and understand how it works. And yes, that is positive. However, I got into the mindset of, I will just keep working this job because it's paying what I need to pay for. I saved up when I was 16, I got a car. Even before that, I had a work ethic of when I was 12. I would mow lawns. I would borrow my stepdad's rider. I would mow lawns. And I did this for a whole summer. I ended up saving around $370 or so, something like that, the whole summer. So this would be 5-6 months of me working almost every single day when I was 12 years old, when I got out of school, or if I had the summer off, I would just go nuts looking for money. My goal was to get a puppy by the end of the summer. And I would look on Craigslist. They didn't have Craigslist when I was 12. What the fuck am I talking about? The classifieds is what I meant. The classified section of the newspaper. Imagine. 20 years ago there was Craigslist. Maybe there was. Maybe I missed some. But anyways, looked at the classifieds and I would see puppy. And my parents would tell me, you would have to earn money for that. We aren't paying for that shit. You earn it and you can get it. And I thought to myself, I can earn it. I can make this. So I was 12 years old. I worked all summer long, about, let's say from April to October or so. And by October, I had made enough money to buy a puppy. And I looked on the classifieds and I saw boxer puppies for sale. I think it was like $300 or $350 or $375 or $400. Basically, I put everything I had into buying a puppy. My stepdad drove me out, 50 minutes or so out to where that ad was. Got the puppy, I brought it home, and I loved it. I treated the puppy the best possible way. I trained the puppy, potty trained it, taught it tricks. Just all in all, loved that puppy, and it was worth it for me. But guess what? This is what I've realized now that happened. I had an idea. I'm going to earn enough for that puppy. Therefore, I earned enough for that puppy. I had the intention to earn that money, that specific amount of money. And guess what? Just so happens to be I worked hard enough to earn that amount of money that year. When I was 15, I earned enough money to reach my goal. when I was 16, earn enough money to buy another vehicle, which I could afford, that wasn't an old clunker with 200,000 miles anymore. And I would reach those goals because my intention was to do so. But notice, my intention was not to get a house. My intention was to get what I needed to survive, because that's all I wanted. But that's where my intention was, right? So I got just enough for my intention, which my intention desired. So my goal became that in which was achievable, and I set forth to achieve that goal, but I never got much more than that, right? So my whole life, even into my upper 20s, I need to afford this apartment. How do I afford this apartment? I want internet, I want a video game, I want this or that and the third, right? Into my late 20s was just enough. It didn't matter if I worked 10 hours a week or 100 hours a week. I always had the intention to pay for the things I need to pay for. Therefore, I always got just enough from what I wanted. I wish somebody told me before about this. Even when I started raising my consciousness in multiple levels, in different types of levels, right? I never realized what it was to be successful with money. I put it in my mind, I don't need that much money, I just need enough to survive. But there's a problem with that, because that's all I'm gonna get out of life, right? Then something happened where my idea was to go to Florida. So I had to save up for that money to go to Florida. Matter of fact, I thought I overstretched how much money I needed for Florida. In 1 year, I made about $18,000, but I saved about $14,000 of that $18,000 that I made. I saved $14,000. Moved down to Florida, guess what? That lasted me just enough. When I went down to Florida, I had taken a part-time position in Home Depot. I was working Home Depot up in New York, went down to Florida with a part-time job, which didn't pay enough for my apartment, let alone anything else, right? And I had just bought in a new car, so my intention was I'm gonna make more money. But I didn't know the economy down there or anything, but it was just enough for that time period, those months, I think until whatever, right? Just enough time until I got into trucking when I started making money, right? So my intention has always been just enough to cover my goals. My goals was to live in Florida. I made just enough, and I spent just enough to be able to survive with my goals. The reason why you are living paycheck to paycheck is because your goals aren't anything more. You don't see your value or your worth. When you got that position across the street, flipping burgers, making pizzas, being a delivery driver, whatever. Now that you went to that job, accepted a specific wage, you did the math, that was enough to survive, that's all you're going to get. Now, you are under the assumption, I'm going to get raises, I'm going to get higher up in that company. Whoa. So, what your problem was, is that you assumed through harder work, you were going to get more money. It's not how it works. That is not how it works. I'm going to work harder, I'm going to get this, that, and the third. That's not how you make more money. I didn't realize this when I worked 80 to 100 hours a week making peanuts. I didn't know this. I thought I work harder, I'm going to go to the next level. Like, for example, in every job I've ever had in my life, I've been promoted within the first 6 months. promoted in the first 6 months. Now, it might be a 50-cent raise, and then you get all this more responsibility or whatever, right? So, worked at Wegmans, $5.25. I made it up to $6, and then I started stocking shelves. And then my second job was at a gas station, Hess. Is that my second job? Yeah. Second job was Hess, gas station. I was a gas station attendant. I went from a sales associate to a senior sales associate in 6 months. Made more money. Then I worked at another gas station. In 6 months, I became a shift manager with all the keys to the store. Basically, I was assistant manager in 6 months. That's my work ethic. But did I make any type of improvement in money? Yeah, I got 50 cents more an hour or $1 more an hour. I'm still living paycheck to paycheck. Is harder work or even promotion gonna make you better off financially? No. No. I wish somebody told me this before I wasted 15 years of my life. Or whatever it is, 12 years of my life. I wish somebody told me that's not how you do it. Come on, get over, champ. I'm letting you over. Come on. Truth is this. If you are accepting a wage with a company, that's the wage they are paying you. So look at it like this. Your time. Your time equals money, right? So it's, if you're making $10 an hour and you're working 40 hours a week, it's your time times your value. What did you value yourself at? $10 an hour? That's what you're getting paid. So if you worked 40 hours a week and you're making $400 a week, did you expect something else? I'm a free market guy. If I was a business owner and I made it to that point because of my intention and my thoughts, and that's where I valued myself, was that type of business, I hired someone. I put up a sign, now hiring $10 an hour. Somebody comes in. I say, okay, well, let's see what you're worth. After a week, let's see what kind of money you're going to make me, what kind of personality you have, etc. What kind of value are you bringing to me? But in order to hire you, I'm keeping you at $10 an hour. Oh, you accept that? Okay, let's see how much value you can bring to me. You bring me value, I'm paying you $10 an hour. Let's say $40 a week I'm paying you. Let's say you're making me $4,000 that week. Am I going to give you a raise? Maybe, maybe not. But as the worker, don't count on it because you already agreed upon your wage. $10 an hour? That's what you're getting paid. Doesn't matter if you work harder, you're making $10 an hour. It doesn't matter if you're working longer hours, you're still living paycheck to paycheck. You might just be a little bit better off the next week, where ramen noodles might not be your Monday through Friday. It might be going out to McDonald's. Yeah, gross. Instead of something even better, which would be organic Whole Foods, right? So, the point is, working harder doesn't work. Understand your value. Are you accepting $10 an hour? Well, a lot of people are accepting $10 an hour. And if you are accepting $10 an hour, that's what you're going to get. You put it in your mind, your goal is to get a $10 an hour job, right? Oh, I'll find something better in the future. Yeah? Will you? I made a video called My Message to Women, in which I say, make the claim that when you're a woman and you're racking up all this debt and you're going through all this time in school till you're 28 years old, 30-something years old, whatever it takes. And I know women that are 30 years old and then they just graduated, finally getting their second degree or third degree. And your sexual market value is dropping. And I make the assumption that if you spent that money or that time more wisely into something that you actually wanted, then you would be of more value to a man and you might be happier in the long run. So instead of putting all that time and effort into something that's creating you $100,000 in debt, instead of that, you can spend your money or your time, I keep saying money, spend your time to find someone worth it. Same logic applies if you're looking for a job. If you're looking for a job, don't just take whatever you can get. Find your worth. Don't just settle with, well, I need money this week, because that's what you're going to get. Your idea was, I need to pay the bills. So you're going to make just enough to pay the bills. Why is that? That's all you were wanting. That was where your intention lied. The reason why you're poor is because you have chosen to be poor. You ready for the secret? I'm going to give you my experience. This last job that I got right now, the reason why I have this job is because this is what I wanted, not in which I settled for. I talked to over 100 different jobs in the 4.5 months I had off this year, looking for a job. I had offers of low pay, different types of work that I didn't want to do because I wasn't willing to settle. I wasn't willing to do that, right? The reason why someone's a janitor is because they chose to be a janitor. It's not because they were forced by the hands of someone with a firearm pointing to their head, I want you to clean this toilet. They chose that wage, that labor. You chose that. Right? I, again, wish somebody taught me this before. I know my worth. I put it in my head, nothing under 50 cents a mile. Nothing. OTR, because I don't want to drop and hook all day, which would take 20 hours of my day. All the things I would want to do. So, I chose something specific, and I would not accept anything less. I took my time to see something that pops up on my radar that all the qualifications were met, and it was exceeded. I got a brand new truck. I didn't ask for a brand new truck, leather fucking seats, 500 horsepower. I can go 80 miles an hour in this truck. I didn't ask for that. These are luxuries on top of what I wanted. Because I chose a higher level of expectation and showed what kind of value, how much self-respect, what kind of goals I have in the future. I chose a better career. I saw my value. I saw my opportunity. It took 4.5 months to find something on my qualification list. Something that I would accept. Because I would not go backwards in my career, and I would not go to a lesser pay. Anything less. 49 cents a mile? Nope, not doing it. Higher level of regard, more self-respect, more value for myself. I put myself at an increasing level of expectation. I would not accept anything less. My intention was to not accept anything less. What did I get above and beyond my expectations? Feel me. Wanted OTR. I didn't want to make 30 cents a mile, which any company would have hired. Any company would have hired, pretty much. You know, minus my two fucking... Never mind, don't want to dive into that. Because this video is going to take forever. I just went to Subway. Girl behind the counter making my sandwich. Didn't look like she wanted to be there. Depressed, upset, not making much money. Making a sandwich for a boss. That's what I would consider myself. Somebody with a lot more self-respect. Somebody that values himself a lot more than that woman in her job. You want to know why there's a wage gap? I'll tell you. Women choose lower wage jobs. I said it. That's the wage gap. You chose at the interview how much money you were going to make. You chose that. There's nothing systemic about your choice. You chose $10 an hour. You chose to make boss motherfucker sandwiches. You chose that. Nothing systemic about it. You chose to be poor. You chose no money. Shit. Get what you ask for. If your intention was to make 20 bucks an hour, well, guess what? Everyone wants to make more money. Do you want to make more money? Yes. You want to make more money. How do you make more money? How? I ask you. How? You want to make $20 an hour? Come on. Do you? You want to make $20 an hour? You want to make $100 an hour? Come on. Come on. Do you want to? Yeah, we can all do. Yeah, I make $10 an hour now. 20 sounds like a fucking luxury. Change the way you think. Change what kind of value you can bring. I make my boss $10,000 in the 10 days I'm out. Easy $10,000 I make. I make $3,500 of that money. Right? My boss is happy. They're paying for the equipment, the fuel, paying all the dispatchers. They're happy. I'm bringing value to them. I know my worth. I know the industry. My awareness is up. I've 3 years experience in trucking. I ain't no fucking slouch when it comes to the information in the trucking field. I know what I am worth. I know that I am not going to accept any less. If you work at Subway making $5 sandwiches, I just bought a $5 sandwich, which had about $1.50 worth of ingredients. Let's just say $1.50. So $3.50 would be profit. Well, that's going to our genie. That's going to pay you $10 an hour. That's going to paying the managers doing the back office shit. That's going to corporate offices. That's going for rent for the building. That's going for a lot of shit. They can't pay you more. There is no making sandwich increase to $20 an hour. If you know that you're stuck at $10 an hour the rest of your life, are you going to accept that? I bet most of you are going to say, no, you can't survive off $10 an hour in this economy. Some people are, somehow. I used to do it for years. Except I wanted, I would work a lot more hours than fucking most people now, just to make a little bit extra. But it's not more. Yeah, you won't eat ramen noodles that week. It's not working more. It's understanding your worth, what kind of value you can bring, and what you're going to accept. You want $20 an hour? When that interviewer says 15 and you were making 10 before and you're accepting 15, you're still not at 20. What you accept is your choice. You choose to be poor. Going back to the free market. I'm 100% free market. If somebody is going to take that job for $10 an hour, that's good for the free market, right? people are still going to get $5 sandwiches, right? Sandwiches don't have to go up to $10 an hour, or $10 an hour, $10, because you've accepted $10 an hour as your, down on the totem pole's position, making sandwiches. You've chosen that. You have chosen that. Therefore, there's a market to pay people $10 an hour. Right? I'm against the minimum wage. I think just like I was making $5.25 an hour, even in today's market, a 15-year-old making $5.25 an hour, getting them to understand how money works is a valuable thing. But there's a reason why you're poor now. There's a reason. And I think you guys are understanding the reason as we're progressing through this video. Know your worth. Spending more time with a company isn't taking you out of paycheck to paycheck. You're still paycheck to paycheck. You might just have an extra couple $100 that week in the bank, which isn't really shit. So, once I got into trucking, I went from $20,000 a year to doubling that, essentially. I made, I think, $37,000 my first year, some shit like that. $37,000 coming from $20,000. Most people would be like, dude, you just doubled your money. You're good now. You're not living paycheck to paycheck. You're living good. Yeah, you can buy a sub at Subway. No more ramen noodles, man. No more. You made it to the sunshine. Whoa, wait a minute. I ain't done there. You can call it greed. But I know that I'm worth more. I know if I'm making my company $300,000-$400,000 a year, yeah, you heard me right, $300,000-$400,000. They can pay for 2 new trucks out of me, and pay for my wage, pay for fuel and all the other shit. They can buy 2 brand new trucks for $120K each, easy. All right, they'd still have enough to pay me $35,000. Measly $35,000. I know my worth. I know the industry. I know what I'm worth. I will not accept that again. I want more money. Second year, I think I made $45,000. Third year, I made around $75,000, and I took 2 months off last year. Right? I went from 45K to 75K. You think I'm stopping there? The reason why you're poor is because you accept being poor. I don't give a fuck what race you are. I don't give a fuck what gender you are. You accepted that wage. Hey, when I was a kid, I say a kid, when I was young, I would I would take 2 buses to get to work sometimes, just to make my money. Some of y'all won't even do that. Some of y'all expect, well, one day life is going to be good. Oh, if I just go to college, life will be good. You're expecting that something's going to fall in your lap. When you're making your sandwich at Subway, that you expect someone to come up and be like, I like the way you make that sandwich. I want you to work for me at $20 an hour. They expect some miraculous bullshit to happen instead of your action. You might hear one of these motivational, rich guy talks where some billionaire or multimillionaire goes up on stage or he has a podcast of motivation or a video or whatever, right? And you hear these people say, well, if you do this, this, and this, you'll be successful. You know the one I hate? When people say, men, this is how you approach women, right? And it's always a guy that is much more charismatic, much better personality, and much more attractive than you would ever be. right? That he has qualities that's unique to him that you just cannot mimic. The reason why he can get women, snap of a finger, is a whole different reason than what the fuck he's telling you to do. Right? And when we add that to the idea of the rich person's telling you, okay, just do this, this, and this, and you can be rich. Invest in this, do this at this point, wait till the market is at this point, then invest here. Wait to find a house, build it up, and then rent it out into 2 sections. You know, there's ideas like that, right? But what separates you from them? They did it. You didn't. Action. If you are working $10 an hour and you're not actively looking for something that's $100,000 a year, what do you expect? More procrastination? Action. Sometimes, get into debt. Get out of your apartment, go on a couch at a buddy's house, actively work to make more money. Accept nothing less. Show the employer that you're ready to provide that employer money. If you want to do your own thing, do your own thing. But still, know what you're getting into, know your worth, know your value, and then act. Not tomorrow, because this feeling of I can't do it is going to happen again, or I'm not worth that, or you can't think for yourself, so then you're just succumb to pleasing your boss and making your boss money. Know your worth. Accept nothing less. Take 5 years off to make sure that you finally make it to the sunshine. However long it takes. If your intention is there, there's nothing that can stop you. There's only time that's in the way. And your ability to act. I'm not just saying look at Craigslist every day and look for a job that's hiring now, like sort of like how I did it. I'm not saying to do that. I'm saying be active. Like, I'm trying to remember something from SoCal, the trucker. SoCal said a story that basically he would go to like Walmart, or whatever. I'm trying to remember his story, but the same logic applies. If you want to go to Walmart and you want that job for $10 an hour or whatever it is, I think they pay $15 an hour now, but $10 an hour, we'll just say, and you want that job, whether you think that they're going to hire you or not, if your intention is to get that job, you will get that job. You go to Walmart, 7 o'clock in the morning. Hey, here's my application. Can I speak to a hiring manager or human resources, or who do I talk to? Well, what's your skill set? You have that conversation. Okay, that's great. Okay. You're charismatic. You show that you want the job, and you are intended on getting this job. You're starting as soon as you can. They don't call you that day. What do? The next day, you know they haven't even processed the paperwork. They haven't even done your background check. 7 a.m. Boom, again, show up to that job site. Hey, I'm motivated, baby. That employer's gonna look at you like, whoa, this motherfucker wants this job. And if he's ready to come here at 7 a.m., wake up early, comb his hair, take a shower, whatever he's doing, grab a coffee and come here for this job, he wants this job. He's going to provide me value. Intention. If you don't have the intention of making more money, you aren't going to make more money. Now, don't get that confused with you want more money. There's a huge difference. Intention will provide motivation, which will make anything you want in life in reach. Right now, I'm happy with my job. Therefore, I'm making nothing more than my job. Right? Same works for you. If you're making your money and you're content with it and doing nothing more, no side projects, no other type of focus, no more intention, that's what you're gonna get. Period. There is no excess. You get what you put in. You chose how much you got paid. You might think it's the employer's decision. It's Walmart's decision to pay $10 an hour to the person. No! It's your acceptance. If no one accepted $10 an hour, no one would work at Walmart. There are people accepting that wage. Therefore, that's the wage that they hire. If every single person that went to Walmart, hey, how much do you pay? $10 an hour, and just walk right out, all their employees just walk right out, they can't have a business. They have to pay more or they're out of business. That's how the free market works. Right? So there's many ways to make money. Obviously, I'm making that assertion that you're working for someone else, but there's other ways to make money, so I don't want to confuse that aspect. Right? Now, this is already 42 minutes. We're going to have to put it into closing here in a second. Don't blame other external reasons why you are not prosperous. You know that I blame government all the time. This is something that I really don't have much control over. I wish I can blame it on myself. Why the government steals 40% of my money. Right? But that's a real truth. So what you're really making is 40% less than what you're making. Don't blame it on external sources. Just add up the external sources, like I got to pay government. Add it up. Factor it. But know your worth. See, when I was young, I would work hard. I was always the hardest worker. I always got the raises. I never lived outside of paycheck to paycheck in that lifestyle. Did I want more? I wanted more. See, now, if I really wanted to, I can add things to how I'm making money. I'm okay making 50 cents a mile, 7,000 miles after every 10 days. Yeah, that's a lot of miles, right? Some of you guys probably don't believe me. You know, I run 800, 900 mile days. You know, I'm still working hard. I've always kept that mindset, that drive. Always had it. But the point is, if I want to add passive income, I'm going to do it. And I plan on doing it. I want to buy a house, turn it into a half house, rent one side for $1,000, rent the other side for $1,000. I'm making $2,000 income every month, in which some of it I had to put back into it. I got to pay property taxes. There's other things I got to pay for, right? I'm not an idiot. Which after a few years, it'll pay for itself. And then that's all additional income. Of course, the roof goes, I got to pay for that, etc. Right? I would be the property owner. I want to do that. I want to get into the real estate game. And I'm accepting certain things into my life, in my goals. I'm okay with the money I'm making right now because that's what I've accepted. Could I make more? Yes! Going back to the beginning of this video. Is becoming rich hard? It's going to seem hard. It's going to take a lot of work. But it's in reach. Therefore, it is easy. I think this is 3 videos in a row that I'm saying this quote. If you change the way that you see the world, the things that you see will begin. It's all about how you see things. If you see something, it is the way that you perceived it. You think systemic racism, there's a wage gap because of political reasons, or because there's a whatever. That's what's going to happen. That's going to become your world. But until you break out of that mind bullshit, that mind control, it's bullshit. Once you break out of that bullshit and you start thinking objective and you have real goals and real dreams, understand it all starts in the mind. You change how you just perceive that the world is created. For example, if you're ghetto, you're in the ghetto, you're doing all the ghetto things, you're perceived, the way that you look at the world is all in that realm of ghetto, and you're never going to get nothing. There ain't no jobs in your community. Everyone's poor. Everyone's got a gangbang. Everyone's got to have trap houses and shit. Right? That's going to become your world. Your goals can be met. No matter if it's that small, where you're selling dime bags out of your fucking screen window. If that's the life that you want, that's the life that you get, okay? But if you change that thought, shit, I want to be a millionaire. Oh, you want to be a millionaire? How much do you want to be a millionaire? How much? There's more than one way to skin a cat. There's many dreams out there. Unique individual thoughts and dreams and goals. And yours can be met depending on your level of intention. Depending if you know the secret that I'm telling you for success. Your success is all in here. The only way that you can put here out there is by doing it. It's not hard. It's going to take work. It might seem hard. It's easy. Once you know the secret, it's easy. This year I'm making roughly about 100K. I mean, from year to date. I'm okay with 100K. They take even $40,000 worth of taxes. I'm okay. I want to buy a house and turn it into, I want to be a landlord and make some money. That's what I want to do next. So, next year, am I going to make 100K next year? No. Nope. I know the secret. I want more. Call it greed if you want. There's nothing wrong with being greedy. There's nothing wrong with being selfish. Are there negative aspects to these things? Yes. But in the free market capitalistic society that we're in, should be in, sky's the limit. The only one preventing you from going farther is yourself. With a little, take 40% of your money from the government, but you, is yourself. It's not systemic. It's not, wow, this guy was born in this section of the hood. It wasn't this guy had this color. It wasn't that you just so happen to be 50-50 or a woman. No. Why do women choose to be nurses when they can be doctors? Are there women doctors? Of course. Why do they choose to be nurses? I'm not going to tell you the answer. I think it's a little obvious. But I will tell you, they have chosen to be nurses. They have chosen to make that wage. The people who are doctors, they go through 8 years of MD, medical school, and to become an MD or PhD or whatever. They have chosen to do that. They have chosen to make the sign on X. Where are you signing on X? $10 an hour? Don't blame anybody but yourself. What X are you signing on? What are you putting your name on? What are you accepting? And are you procrastinating? You want to make money? It's easy. You want to make more money? It's easy. You want to be a millionaire? It's easy. Now, I wanted to say this before the video, and I should have. I'm going to let this guy get by real quick. I should have said this before the video. But most people want to hear from a rich person. Okay, this guy didn't want to get around me. Most people want to hear from a rich person or somebody that's already experienced becoming a millionaire, right? Because, well, they did it. Why would I talk to you? Why would I listen to you, the truck driver on YouTube right now? Why would I listen to you? I'll tell you why. You should listen to me. I have evidence that you can do this. I have given you all the tools that you can do. Right? The problem with America right now is that when their car breaks down, they go to a mechanic. When they don't feel very good, they go to a doctor. There's always someone you go to specifically. I'm a jack of all trades. I know how to work in my car. I don't go to a fucking mechanic unless I have to. Unless I'm in a timely budget, or if I know that, hey, it's going to take me 2 hours to do something, it's going to cost the mechanic $30 because he has all the tools or whatever, right? But ultimately, I do my own oil change. I rotate my tires. I change my own brakes. I know how to do these things. I'm a jack of all trades. If I have information that is valid, who gives a fuck about my credentials? Truth is the truth, no matter whoever believes it. Just because Donald Trump goes on stage, you gotta believe it? No. No, 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 no. Just because the source does not mean the truth. Like Buddha once said. Or the story of Buddha, if he ever existed. Don't believe anything you hear, even if it's me saying it. If it does not agree with your heart, your mind, and soul, don't believe it. Meaning, run it through the fucking ringer of philosophy and science and reason and evidence. Put it through the ringer, objectively. If it comes out the way I said it, I said something factual. There's a reason why you are poor. And I hope this video helps you. Only you can start acting now. You make $50K a year? Let's say you have $50K in the bank. I'll tell you right now how you make more money. Buy a $50,000 house, turn it into a half house. Boom, start making money. Act. What you get in value, what your intention is, all derives from your decision, your action. Where are you signing your name on? Make the choice. It's up to you. It's not up to me. It's not up to the government. They'll steal your money either way. You want to be on welfare? That's your choice. No one forced you to be on welfare. No one forced you to do anything. Except for pay taxes. No one forced you. No one forced you to sign on X. And this could help the youth. This video. All my videos can help anybody. But know your worth. Don't think just because you got a specific education, you're going to make more money. Don't think just because you went to college, you're going to make more money. This is the secret. Program your mind into which cooperates with your goals and your dreams. If your goal is to make $500K this year, it's in reach. You'll figure it out. If your thought is, there's no way I'm going to make $500K, guess what's going to happen? You're not going to make $500K. Come on. My stepdad used to always tell me, through Bible verses and stuff, he was a big Christian, still is. He would tell me, what you speak will come into being. That's how powerful you are. It says it in the Holy Bible. It says it. I don't remember all the verses, but it says it in multiple places. If you speak it, it will come to be. If I speak, I'm going to do something, and that's my intention. That is what is going to happen. If you say, I'm not going to make $500K, you're not going to make it. Now, I'm sure a lot of people are like, oh, that's some moo shit. Because if I want to win the lottery, I'll just win the lottery, right? It doesn't work like that. But it does work. How much intention you are putting into something. If you're playing poker, your intention is going to win because your intention will create skills necessary to achieve the objective. If whatever your situation is, if you're going to get a job and they're hiring 10 people and 100 people applied for it, your intention to be one of the ones that get a job have to be higher than at least 90 other people in order to get that job at that specific time, that specific location, etc. The chances, if you're one of these guys, the probability doesn't matter. It just means that it's going to be harder. Or the chances are it's not going to be you getting that job. You just have to win against 90 other people for that position. All right? Straight up. You choose this. You choose what you're going to do. If you believe, wow, 90 other people, I won't even try, well, you're getting the result that you asked for. The higher intention wins. Where's your intention? Is your intention to make $500K this year? How much intention do you need for that? Close to infinite. If you're making $10K a year right now, chances of you getting $50K next year is very slim, and there's a reason for it. You're the type of motherfucker that is okay with $10K a year. That's why you can't make $50K. Because you're okay with your goals and dreams being $10K. I know what you guys are thinking. I would want so much more. Wanting is different than your intention. Intention is specifically doing whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. For example, right now, my intention is not to get a girlfriend and wait until I'm making enough money outside of the truck. And I can have a sustainable life outside of the truck. Guess what? I don't have a girlfriend. But guess what? If my intentions is to get a girlfriend, I'd snatch up 3 a night. Easy. Easy. Am I the best looking guy? No. Am I the coolest guy and most suave guy? No. Am I the best dancer? No. But I know the secret. Right now, my frequency and vibration is to not get a girlfriend. If I flip that switch, easy, easy. Pretty much take my pickings of the All the single ladies. Yeah, and I know what you guys are thinking. Oh, bullshit. Bullshit. All your shit that you're saying is just, it's just something that sounds nice. You find me one successful millionaire that does not agree with the information in this video. One. Find me one. It all starts here. You project it into real life. It happens. That's the only way it happens. It doesn't fall out of the sky. It happens based on your intention, your choice, how active you are and motivated. What you get out of life is what you put in life. What you signed your name on. I didn't want this to be an hour-long video, but we're in this boat now. Stay tuned for more content, guys. I'm not gonna bore you anymore with the same type of logic. If you want to be successful in life, I gave you the recipe. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Stay tuned for more content. Plenty more coming. See you guys.